couldn't find Malko's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very... and now...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years.
Huh? What's that in your...
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malko. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case... Vichama... I'm so... Don't be sad. Just... keep on living.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing... But... it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malko was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew, but I also understood why you had to once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malko to the front lines no matter what. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, that's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined. I promised I would find her.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though, thanks to her though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check. Just speaking from experience, that's...
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that?
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it.
Honestly, it's just one thing. They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Tosca for a few minutes. You come with me.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. its strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her.
For some reason, Paimon can
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time,
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definite. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though.
that's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to...
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end,
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4...
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could...
All right, whatever. Anything else?
What do you mean, anything else?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's all...
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
So, you're really going to go?
Then support me. I'll be back.
So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not to. It's not my place to get involved. But I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're according to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact.
If only Tonegif Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Light.
It might be in a few more pieces than you
Huh?